picture this. You are standing over a 15-foot putt.
Oh, the pressure is on.
Right. You've read the green, you've taken your practice swings, you step up and execute a mechanically flawless textbook putting stroke.
Just exactly how you drew it up in practice.
Exactly. I mean, the putter face is square, the rhythm is just buttery smooth, it feels incredible off the face, and yet you watch the ball slide like 3 inches past the low side of the hole.
Yeah, you missed. It's heartbreaking.
You missed. Today, we're taking a deep dive into the exact physics of why that happens. We are taking a magnifying glass to the green to explore Module 1, Lesson 1 of the Puttalyze system.
Which is such a fantastic starting point for this.
It really is. The mission today is to uncover why putting is not just some isolated technical skill, but a massive, totally interconnected science. And why having a quote-unquote perfect stroke is actually never enough to make you a great putter.
I love that we are doing this. We are basically blending premium sports science with elite golf education today. And what we're looking at with this Puttalyze material, it really shifts the paradigm.
It's a huge shift.
Massive. It moves the entire conversation away from, guesswork and instinct, and it firmly plants it into measurable, repeatable physics.
And honestly, that shift is so desperately needed. Because I want you, the listener, to think about your last really frustrating day on the greens. You know the ones.
We have all been there.
Right. You are misreading breaks. You are leaving everything short, maybe lipping out constantly. What is the immediate instinct for almost every golfer? They search for a magic bullet.
Oh, absolutely. The classic trap.
Yeah. You think, maybe I need a new grip style. Or worse, you convince yourself the putter's broken and you go drop $400 on a brand new one.
Or you find like some random practice drill on social media and you just grind away at it for 2 hours.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But trying to solve putting problems with these small, isolated technical adjustments is completely missing the point.
What's fascinating here is that the Puttalyze philosophy makes it very clear that a successful putt is never just the product of a single movement.
Right.
It is a fully integrated performance system. Every single decision you make, every physical variable, it all influences the final outcome.
It's basically like having a car with a severely bent chassis and deciding the best solution is to just put on a brand new set of premium tires.
That is a great analogy.
Right. I mean, sure, it might feel different for a second as you drive out of the shop, but you are just treating the symptoms, not the root cause.
Exactly. The bent chassis is still there, completely ruining your alignment.
Okay, but let me push back slightly on this. Isn't putting, at its core, basically just moving a piece of metal back and through a ball?
It seems like it should be.
Right. Like, how complex can it really be to just roll a ball on the grass?
It is incredibly tempting to look at it that way, mostly because the physical motion is so small, all right? But let's actually slow down time and look at what a golfer has to do in just a few seconds.
Okay, lay it on me.
First, you have to evaluate the slope of the green. Then estimate the speed. Then you have to identify an exact start line, determine the target speed, and commit to an aim point.
That's already a lot of cognitive load.
And we aren't even swinging it. Then you pick a distance point, and finally, you have to coordinate your body to execute that exact stroke. The complexity converging in those seconds is just staggering.
Wow. And when the putter finally does make contact, the margin for error is essentially zero.
Barely exists. Because at the exact moment of impact, you need perfect face angle, perfect face rotation, and precise ball speed, plus path and loft.
And if you're off,
If you are off by a fraction of a single degree, you can miss a putt from just a few meters away. If your ball speed is off by like 2 miles per hour, it ruins the entire trajectory.
okay, let's unpack this. Because to make sense of all this, the Puttalyze system introduces what they call the 9 pillars.
Yes, the foundation of the whole system.
So we have technique, speed, and ball launch.
Right, the mechanical outputs.
And then green reading, equipment, and perception.
Very heavily tied to the player's sensory input.
Exactly. And finally, biomechanics, physics, and mental decision-making. But here is my question. A lot of players just spend hours grinding away on technique alone.
Too many players, honestly.
Yeah, so isn't a technically perfect stroke enough to make the putt? If I am a machine with my pendulum swing, shouldn't it go in?
The text is so clear on this. Technique is essential, absolutely. But It is never sufficient on its own.
Okay, why not?
Because a mechanically perfect stroke will still miss the hole if you have poor speed control, right? Or if your aim point is inaccurate because you misread the green.
Ah, yes.
Or if your equipment forces you into a bad posture, or if you have mental indecision that causes tension. If we connect this to the bigger picture, none of these pillars can operate independently.
They all crash into each other.
Constantly. They're totally intertwined.
Here's where it gets really interesting, because the system calls this the rule of interaction. Changing one variable immediately changes the others.
Always. You cannot isolate them.
And the most vivid example in the text is the relationship between speed and brake.
Yes, the gravity issue. When a ball rolls across a sloped green, gravity is constantly pulling it down toward the lowest point.
Right. Physics 101.
Exactly. But the amount of time that gravity actually has to pull on that ball is dictated entirely by ball speed. If you increase the speed, you reduce the time gravity acts on the ball.
Meaning it breaks less.
Precisely. And if you reduce the ball speed, you increase gravity's influence.
So it breaks more. It's like throwing a paper airplane across a windy room.
Oh, I like that.
Right. If you throw it really hard and fast, the wind barely has time to push it off course. It just darts straight across. But if you toss it really slow, the wind just takes it and drags it completely sideways.
That is exactly what happens on the green. Speed and direction can never, ever be evaluated independently.
So if all these factors are completely intertwined, how on earth is a coach, or even just a player, supposed to figure out what actually went wrong when they miss?
Well, this is the big difference between traditional coaching and what we are talking about today. Traditional coaching leans very heavily on feel and natural talent.
Like, what did your hands feel on that stroke?
Exactly. A traditional coach asks, what do you think happened? Whereas the Puttalyze system says, this is exactly what happened, and here is why.
Wait, so it's literally just doing math on the golf course?
It is very rigorous math. The system calculates outcomes based on the equations of motion for a rolling golf ball on an inclined plane.
That sounds intense.
It is, but it's just physics. It incorporates rolling friction, the slope of the green, the stimpmeter speed, and your target speed to perfectly calculate the trajectory.
Which then gives you your exact aim point and distance point?
Precisely. It removes the guesswork.
But doesn't injecting all this math kind of, I don't know, kill the art or the feel of putting? I feel like a lot of golfers romanticize the feel.
It is a super common fear. But the source material is very explicit here. Science does not replace feel. It explains it, it measures it, and it makes it repeatable. Objective feedback actually removes the uncertainty that ruins a golfer's confidence.
I guess that makes sense. If you know for a fact why you missed, you aren't second-guessing your entire life out there.
Exactly.
But practically speaking, understanding the equations of motion is great and all, but how does the listener take this objective data and apply it to actually get from an amateur level to an elite status?
By using objective measurement, modern analysis tools give us incredibly precise data now.
Like what kind of data?
Well, we can look at face rotation, exact face angle at impact, launch angle, ball speed, and roll characteristics.
Launch angle is such a fascinating one to me. I feel like most people assume a putt just immediately rolls perfectly the second you hit it.
Oh, that is a huge misconception. The ball is actually sitting slightly down in the grass, just nestled by its own weight.
Okay, so it's in a tiny little depression.
Right. So to get a true roll, you have to launch the ball slightly upward, just a fraction of a degree.
Wait, really? You have to literally hit it up into the air?
Just a tiny bit, yes, to lift it out of that depression. If your launch angle is 0 or negative, you end up driving the ball straight down into the turf.
Oh, I see. And then it bounces.
It bounces, or it skids. And when a ball bounces, it experiences a massive spike in friction, meaning it rapidly loses speed.
And when it loses speed, gravity takes over.
Exactly. Gravity takes over, it breaks more than you calculated, and you miss on the low side.
Wow. And without that data, you'd probably just blame your green reading.
You'd spend hours practicing the wrong thing, completely unaware that your biomechanics were actually what ruined the launch angle.
That is wild.
Elite putting isn't about just having one exceptional technical skill. It is about combining everything. Technical precision, accurate green reading, fitted equipment, efficient biomechanics.
And the confidence to make the decision.
Exactly. The ultimate objective of this entire system is teaching golfers to apply this objective data to every single decision they make.
It creates a repeatable process.
And that repeatable process is what holds up under competitive pressure.
So what does this all mean? Let's take all this dense sports science and distill it into actionable takeaways for the listener.
Let's do it. There are 5 core principles here. Number 1, Putting is a fully integrated performance system.
Right. It's not just a pendulum swing. Number 2, technique is essential, but it is never sufficient on its own.
Number 3, and this is the big one, every performance variable influences every other variable, especially speed and line.
You cannot separate speed and line. Number 4, objective data eliminates guesswork and radically accelerates your learning.
And finally, number 5, consistent putting is only achieved when all 9 pillars work in harmony.
From biomechanics to mental decision-making, it all has to sync up.
It really does. But this raises an important question.
Oh, lay it on me.
Think about the courses you play. If speed, break, and line are totally mathematical, and our brain's perception of the slope dictates how we read the green,
Yeah.
how much of a green's design is intentionally engineered by course architects to just trick our perception?
Oh, wow, that is devious.
Right. They use landscaping, false fronts, visual illusions. The math of the slope is exactly the same, but they're literally hacking your biological sensors.
So the next time you confidently read a green and the ball does the exact opposite of what you expected.
Resist the urge to blame your stroke. Ask yourself, did your physics break down, or did the architect just successfully manipulate your perception pillar? Changing your grip won't fix an optical illusion.
That is such a great point to leave off on. If you found today's episode valuable, please subscribe to our channel. Every subscription helps us continue producing evidence-based golf education for golfers and coaches around the world.
Absolutely.
If you have a golf question, topic idea, or challenge you would like us to research, test, or explain, please leave a comment, contact us on LinkedIn, or send us an email.
We'd love to hear from you.
If you're ready to improve your putting performance, join our 30-day Puttalyze Green Reading and Putting Certification course, where you'll learn green reading, speed and distance control, setup, alignment, aim, stroke mechanics, and a proven system for reading greens with greater confidence and consistency.